Good morning. Excuse me, let's go ahead and get started. We're a couple minutes behind. Going to call the Gary Sansing Public Forum to order. 8:32 a.m., January 23rd. Gary Sansing Public Forum is intended for matters not included on the agenda for the upcoming BCC meeting. Citizens wishing to address items on the agenda, please sign up to speak to such item during the regular Board of County Commissioners meeting. Speakers, please refrain from abusive or profane remarks, disruptive outbursts, protest, or any other conduct which interferes with the orderly conduct of the public forum. Each speaker will be limited to 3 minutes unless otherwise determined by the chairperson to allow sufficient time for all speakers. Gary Sansing Public Forum may end 5 minutes prior to the scheduled meeting to allow the meeting to commence on time. Our first speaker for Public Forum is going to be Chris Kerb.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Chris Kerb with Flood Defenders. This morning I come to you, I'm encouraged. Some good news that the county's done with your National Flood Insurance program. You got a class rate, went from a 7 to a rating of a 6, which that indicates a 20% discount versus a 15% discount on your flood insurance for the community. That's good. Kudos to staff for making that happen. I know there's a lot of work that goes into getting that rating increase, so improved. I believe it goes into effect October 1st, 2024. Hopefully, maybe the next thing we can do is get our flood insurance rate maps a little more in line with the realities of flooding in the county, like in Bristol Park subdivision, or Bayou Marcus Branch B, which I believe y'all have something on the agenda later today. So, thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Next speaker is Robert Kleinschmidt.
Good morning, Robert Kleinschmidt. This is, we just want to bring some more attention to Bayou Chico and the cleanup that we've been working on for, seems like forever. I'd like to bring some attention to the actual, the car, I don't know the name of it, the car crushing yard that we've had over there. I know every time we get a high tide, we get car parts and bumper parts on our shoreline. And I mean, every high tide, there's little bitty orange pieces of foam that we go down, we rake up. All the neighbors, all the people on the bayou get this. So you have to wonder if those little pieces of foam are coming from the bumpers of these cars that they're crushing over there, what about if those can make it into the waterway, well, so can the oil and the chemicals and the runoff. So I don't know who's enforcing that, but I'm sure there's some code, should be some requirements for this company to put some kind of barrier up to keep this oil and chemicals and bumper parts, and I've had full truck parts float up in the yard. So I want to bring some attention to that. We haven't been talking about it for a while, and of course there's the dredging, the Bayou Chico, that seems to have gone silent, but we have a lot of sediment that people can't use their property in the back of the bayou. And I want to, keep talking about it until we get some action. And thank you. Y'all have a good day. Thanks.
Mr. Kleinschmidt, can I ask you a question? You're out there a lot. Are dolphins back in there?
The dolphins are coming back in there, yes.
All right. I was just
And-
curious about that. When I was a
and-
kid, they used to
But,
sometimes.
and to that point, they did discover over at Martinique that they had a real problem with all the liveaboards in there, and it's never been enforced. So what happened? So can we keep some pressure on to get this place cleaned up? These are things that are easy to do, just put a little focus on it.
Yes, sir.
And then that's the city side of the Bayou Chico, so it'd be city code enforcement, and I'll be happy to talk to somebody about that as well.
That would be great, and we all benefit. So,
Yep.
thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Board, that's a public forum. Meeting commence at 9 o'clock.